Okay, guys, we are now interviewing Bayside High School football player Giancarlo Alvarez. Giancarlo, how you doing?
I'm good. I feel good. It's a good day.
Sounds great, man. So my first question to you is, what does your off-season plan consist of?
Well, my off-season plan consists of, fixing everything that I got wrong last season. For example, if I need to work on my coverage, if I need to work on my pass rushing, I'm gonna work on drills that help me better that. So in order for me to be able to develop my game even more, because there are always going to be mistakes in the game, but I want to fix as many as I can from last season so I have less this season. So I feel like that's what my off-season consists of. Instead of just laying around playing video games, no, I don't want that. I want to be as perfect as I can.
Refine your craft, self-accountability, look in the mirror, seeing what you did wrong.
Exactly.
And just working hard, man.
I feel like that's really what I've been doing this season, and
that's great. What does your diet consist of?
Well, my diet, really, I'm trying to gain weight right now because I want to size up and maintain my speed. So I'm eating a lot of protein when it comes to steak, but I maintain it. So I try to cut out as much junk food as I can, which was a mistake I made last season, which I'm correcting this one. Is that I'm trying to cut out as much junk food as I can because it just decreases my performance overall. So I'm trying to eat as healthy and as best as I can for what I'm trying to achieve.
Any specific vegetables, increasing vegetables, protein, chicken, steak?
Mostly for I usually eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, carbs and protein. But usually when I'm at home and it's just one of those regular days, I'll make a steak, or I'll help my mom with a steak because I want to have as much protein as I can because I need to
Exactly, you gain those muscles that way.
Yeah.
Is there any specific hype up music you listen to before the game to get you in the mode?
Yeah. You want a specific song?
It could be any artist, song, could be anything you want.
Oh, if I want to get hyped up for a game, I'm usually going to listen to Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
I know that song. It's a good song, man.
It's
good
a really
choice.
good song. And I usually go with a music that instead of just throwing rager at you, I want to be in a zone where I'm focused and I'm ready to perform, not where I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Are there any other sports you like?
I always grew up playing basketball, but when I got introduced to football, I realized that I want to do this. This is me.
What position did you play in basketball?
In basketball, I was a small forward.
Small forward? What are 3 reasons why you like being part of a team sport? Why not play something like golf or tennis? What makes you want to play football?
I want to play a team sport because, let's say in golf or tennis, everything falls on you, and I like working with people. I feel if I can because I see my team as a puzzle. If I can try to get everything in the right place at the right time, it's gonna fit perfectly, and that's what leads to wins. And also the thing about the team sport is that it's a brotherhood. These people that I'm playing with, I'm gonna be talking to them 10 years down the line.
What is your way of handling pressure and adversity?
My way of doing it is I usually just stay quiet, and then I play my heart out, because if I talk and I don't back it up, that's not gonna do me any good. So I just stay quiet and perform, because then my performance will speak for itself.
Sounds good. Would you rather record a game-winning sack or a game-winning touchdown?
To me personally, both are equal.
Yeah.
Because you're winning a game either way. So, but me personally, I think I would like to record a game-winning touchdown.
I think that would be my preference too.
Yeah.
But is there any specific player you look up to, you model your game after?
Right now, I've always looked at this person, but now that I'm actually playing his position, I'm 100% studying him. I study his craft. Is Amari Gainer. He's a college player. He played for Florida State. I think he's at North Carolina now. And that's who I want to model my game after.
You look up to him?
Yeah.
What would you say is the most important aspect of being, because I know you play defensive end, outside linebacker, and tight end. What's the most important aspect of those 3 positions?
Well, you have to have a plan for all 3 of them. Because as a defensive end, if you go at a tackle and you don't have a plan, you're gonna get blocked and you're gonna lose leverage immediately. Same thing with the tight end. If you see a backer that comes up to play man on you and you don't have a plan for how you're gonna get off of him and how you're gonna shake him off to run that route, it's not gonna work. The same thing with outside backer, because if you don't have a plan and if you don't know what you're about to go into, it's gonna make things a thousand times harder.
I ask a lot of people this question, but what is, per se, the best game you ever had of your career? Is there anything that sticks out?
I would have to say when we played Brooklyn Tech in September.
Brooklyn Tech?
Yeah.
Anything specific happen?
Oh yeah. I was lined up as the weak side defensive end, and then they ran a play where they would give the ball to the running back, and the running back would sort of like run into the flats. I don't know if that was what they were trying to achieve, but that's what they did. And both times they ran that play back to back, and both times I got tackles for losses.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah.
If you could picture yourself play for one pro team, which pro team would you want to play for?
Oh, I'm a New York native. I have to play for the Giants.
Nah, that's awesome, man. What would you say is, did you just started, when did you start playing football? Like, was it high school? Was it before high school?
Oh, I started playing my freshman year.
Freshman year?
That summer, right before coming into freshman year, that's when one of my friends called me and he was like, "Oh, come to Bayside, join the football team." And I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." And I ended up falling in love with the sport.
What would you say is like, could you see yourself, obviously you're still young, but could you see yourself playing in college or just high school or?
Me personally, as a personal goal, I want to make it to the college level, and if I do my best there, I definitely want to go pro.
That's awesome, man. Was there, a little bit off topic, but what would you say if you have a favorite football movie? What movie would you want to pick?
That's hopefully I get the title right, but I think it's the one with Denzel Washington. Remember the Titans?
Yeah, that's a good movie, man. Great pick.
That was the first movie that like the first football movie that I watched, and I was like, that's what I'm doing.
What traits do you think make a good player? It doesn't really matter of position. It could be receiver, quarterback, where you play.
You definitely have to have the mindset where you're there to compete. You have to be extremely competitive. And another thing is you have to be able to get physical, because this is a physical sport. Helmet, pads, it's gonna happen, and you have to be ready for it, and you have to perform under pressure.
Yeah, the best athletes perform under pressure. If you can't perform under pressure, then exactly you're in the. It's all fun and games the regular season, but you make the playoffs or in the pros, the Super Bowl. You know, if you fold under pressure, you're never gonna win. You know.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, here we are with Bayside football player Mathew Atterson. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm great. I'm good.
Doing great. First question: what are your expectations for this season?
Expectations for the season, for myself or for the team?
It could for the team.
For the team, I feel like we put in the effort, we put in the good work during off-season training. Our coaches help us to push ourselves and push past our limits, even though if our bodies are physically hurting, and our mind, it's all about the mental. So I feel like if we're mentally secured and physically secured during conditioning and thinking about when we're gonna stop, when's our next rep, I feel like we'll be a good working team. When it comes to that fourth quarter, we're gonna be more in shape than the other team because of the off-season training that we did.
What exactly got you to play into the game of football?
Into the game of football, I didn't think I was gonna play football coming into high school. I never played football in my life. I only just did like catch with friends outside, but I never played football other than high school. So when I entered high school, it was summer classes, getting extra credits and all of that. And I met this guy called Kyle Chen in this class. He was like, yo, you're a good size to play football. I was like, really? Because I never seen myself really playing football. I was a little chubby, I was a little fat, you know what I'm saying? I am now still, but I'm getting it. So back then, I didn't know I was going to play football. And he said I was good size. I was like, really? And then I got into football. I played JV year, one JV year, one varsity year, and I'm going into my next varsity senior year. And that's what got me into really football and loving this sport more and more each year.
If you had to pick one other occupation in football, what would it be other than like a player?
Ooh. Occupation, a coach.
Coach?
Yeah, defensive line coach.
Defensive line coach?
I love defensive.
What would make you, because I know you're an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, do you think because you played a position that makes you want to be that? Or?
Yeah, more on D-line. I just love D-line. Like everything with D-line, like even O-line and D-line one-on-ones, it goes hand in hand. But D-line is just that more power. When you're on O-line, you're pass pro and you're going zone right, zone left. But D-line, you have a mission, and that mission is to see where the ball is going, tackle people, hurt people. Be
a bit of a bully?
Yes, you are the bully. You're supposed to be the bully on D-line, and you want the upper hand. I love D-line. That's me right there. I love D-line, I love O-line, but D-line just has my heart.
If you had to play one other offensive position, not including offensive line, what would you play?
Running back.
Running back?
Running back.
You think there's a chance in the future you might get into the game as a running back?
Let me. I mean, I'm going to Africa for a few weeks. I might get a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So if I get smaller, I might be able to play running back. Who knows? That's what I'm saying.
Do you have like a specific pregame ritual, or do you have like a certain like
for myself,
pattern that you follow before each game?
A pattern, like for myself or for the team?
For yourself.
Nah, not really. I just go in there, say whenever snap. Every time that ball is snapped, I have to win against the person right in front of me. Either if it's a tackle, a center, or a guard, I have to win. And then even if I don't win that rep, the next play, because you only have 4 seconds to think of what you're going to do next to get to that person that has that ball.
What motivates you as a player? Like when you get on the field, is there anything specific that makes you push harder?
My team and my family. Like I'm not just playing football for myself. I'm doing it for multiple other people. Like I want to win for my team. I want to win for my family, so my family can be proud of me. Because I'm really trying to focus on football. And even if my parents don't really think that that's going to work out for me, I'm going to prove them wrong. And as for my team, they're my brothers. They're really my brothers. So that gives me the courage to work hard for them as they should do for me. And we'll all come together as not just a team, but a family that we have to work together in order to achieve I forgot the word. Achieve a goal. Yes, a goal. Like straight to 8.
What do you like better as a defensive lineman? Stopping the run or rushing the passer?
Damn. Rushing the passer, but like more as in rushing the passer, like getting a sack.
Yeah.
Like getting a sack is just so like I love getting sacks.
If there was one quarterback in the pros that you would want to sack the most, who would it be?
Patrick.
Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick.
I hear you, man.
Patrick.
You said that pretty quickly.
Yes, because every time, like my friend, he just be talking about Patrick. Like that's his favorite. I just have.
That's his favorite player.
Yes, and me and him got beat, so you know I gotta sack his favorite quarterback.
Exactly. If you could picture yourself to play for one pro team, which team would you play for? If you, not necessarily which team would you want to play for, what team do you think you could picture yourself play for?
I don't know why this came to my head first, the Detroit Lions.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
They have an interesting program there because they're an up-and-coming team. They have a bunch of young talent.
Yeah, right.
They have Dan Campbell, who's the head coach there, who's like, you know, he's very passionate. They're one of those teams that they almost made the playoffs last year. They've had a tough history, you know, never won a Super Bowl, and playoff drought for a while, but they're up and coming. They got a lot of young talent. I could see you play on a team like that, like a young buck about to. They'll be a playoff team in the next couple of years. They got huge potential. What has been like the best game of your career? Has there been a game that was better than all the rest of them?
I ain't gonna lie, it was JV year. I always remember this game. It was Lehman, and it was like raining that hard. They had a mud dirt field. It was all mud, and like it was just raining. It was pouring, so it was like mushy and stuff. But that game, I just remember going off. Like halftime, like it was bad. Like it was 6-0. We did not get down the field that much. We had to keep on changing sides, stuff like that with the other team leaving. So our coach gave us a talk. He started screaming at us, DQ, Coach DQ, our JV coach, one of the JV coaches. And he just started screaming at us, telling them to stop being on our asses. We got to put this work and shit on people, So we got to doing what we were supposed to do, and that was one of my best games, I feel like, and that just stuck in my memory because I had so much tackles. I was running downfield, making sure tackles were secure. I was just bullying people that day. So that was one of my favorite games and one of the most memorable games that I had.
Who's your favorite? It could be any player. It doesn't have to necessarily be an O-line or D-line. Who's your favorite player in the league right now?
I like watching Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah, because he a D lineman.
Exactly. And he's one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
What would you say is, per se, what would you say are challenges that could hold you back? Stuff you have to overcome, any type of adversity that might stand in your way that you feel like you need to work hard to overcome throughout the season?
I ain't gonna lie, it'd be the food.
The food?
Yes, bro. Like, I love food. But like the food, like I'll be like tempted. Like if I see what's it called? A Boston cream donut, I might have to eat it. Like a Boston cream, I just gotta get the Boston cream. But like I'm a control myself. Like I started controlling what I eat so I could be faster, more explosive on the field. I've been going to the gym a lot recently. Like I went before, but I stopped. But right now, that's one of the challenges that I'm facing. But it's not really much a challenge no more.
Yeah.
Because like I'm already straight. So.
What would you say is your favorite aspect of playing football? Like it could be anything. Being with the team, the bus rides, just playing in general.
Hitting people.
Hitting people?
Yeah. On that line, just hitting someone in the face mad hard. And then seeing that they're shocked, or like one-on-ones. Like I just love going up against people and different people. Like yesterday, I thought I was nice, and I lost 2 reps. Like I didn't expect those people to beat me in those 2 reps. So I learned stuff from that. Like I love learning new things when I go against different people. I don't like going against the same people than what you won't really learn from that.
Yeah.
So.
And final question. Is there any specific player, like on any team, it could be any team that you're facing, that you look forward to going up against? Someone maybe you had a person, not a person, let's say.
Not even a person. I got a whole team that I got beat for, and I want Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Yes, Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln High School. I want the whole team. I want smoke. Not just one person, the whole team. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay.